Good morning everyone. This is another session on palmistry and I'll be discussing about this palm. Now, first of all, look at the fingers in general. The fingers are very long. Now, that can mean that the person is slightly more refined in his nature, more cultured, more kind of detailing kind of a person who likes detailing, right? These are the people who love detailing. Even in their work, they want small things and everything to be having a nice amount of detailing added to it. So yeah, this person looks to be more refined and more love. This person might be loving to work with details and all these kind of things. And apart from that, what also I wanted you to observe are the vertical lines, right? You can see a lot of vertical lines on the phalanges, and that generally indicates towards a person who is more friendly. Right, going ahead, if you look at the phalange here, this is quite tall here, so the person should write and practice. So whatever he is doing, he should write more and practice more, and will get a lot of success. Now, you see the middle phalanges are generally longer, right? Compared to the first, second, and the third phalange, the middle phalanges are kind of longer, which will make the person more and more practical, right? So the person will be practical. Apart from that, if we go ahead in the readings, there is a nice amount of gap here and nice amount of gap here, right? Which can mean that the person is quite independent in thought process and is also good in communication and speaks out whenever required. Right, we can see that happening. And there is a mild gap here, right, which can suggest that the person is careful and will save money, but at times will spend the money also. Because this gap, the wider it is, the more the person spends. The lesser the gap is, the more the person conserves or kind of saves money. So in this case, it is kind of moderate gap. So the person will be spending money. It wouldn't be that the person will be very protective or extraordinarily cautious about it, but will also spend in money. Right, we'll go ahead. Now we'll have a closer look at the heart line. Now, actually, long fingers also indicate towards idleness, right? A bit of idealism coming in, and this we can also see in the heart line. You see the heart line taking a curve and is going nicely to the mount of Jupiter, which can mean that the person is really idealistic about love matters, will get only in contact with one person probably in his life, can be trusted upon in love matters, will be in more of a, you can say, a dreamy world at times, will have a lot of idealism about partners, but they can be very caring in general in partnerships. And this is also true because the hard line takes a gradual curve which will make the person very warm. So this person will be very warm at heart, will be very very considerate, will be very affectionate in heart matters, because we see a nice little curve happening. Apart from that, on a more careful observation, you'll see a squaring effect coming in on the mount of Jupiter, right? Can you see a square coming in on the mount of Jupiter? This can make the person a good teacher. So if the person is interested into teaching or any other such things, the person should go ahead. Apart from that, I also saw a lot of vertical lines on the mount of Jupiter, which can mean that the person is quite ambitious, wants to go into many films, want to go into many fields, want to try a lot, right? And yeah, the person looks quite ambitious. So you can see the back trace line. See, from here the line goes back. So the person is really an ambitious person and will succeed in his endeavors. There are very high chances that this person will succeed. Now going ahead, you see a small islanding effect taking place in his beginning of the lifeline and the headline, which can mean childhood troubles. Somehow childhood there might have been few frustrations, or there might be some kind of a health issue or some other frustrations because of which the small islanding effect has taken place. Right, going ahead in this palm, what else do you observe? What else do you observe? You observe, or you carefully look here, there are a lot of vertical lines on the mercury, right? Even below, you can see small bit of vertical lines coming in, which can make the person, that's known as the medical stigmata, and this can make the person a healer. Now what are healers? Psychic healers are those people who can help, or if someone is into depression, these people help them out, or they can be very good in healing or solving some other people's problem, and they'll be very good in counseling and medical fields, right? They'll be more caring in general. Now, going about the fingers, you look at the Mercury finger is very tall. Now, that's a very rare sign. It's a very tall Mercury finger. The person is likely to be confident. You see, all of the fingers are in one set. So, this person will be confident and will also be having very good communication skills. The IQ is likely to be on the higher side. The person will have good command on his oratory skills. Now I tell that because of the long Mercury finger and because all the fingers are in the same setting. There is no drop down effect happening. All the fingers are in on the same alignment. So this will make the person more and more confident. Right. Now going ahead in this reading, we'll also observe that the Apollo finger is very tall. Apollo finger is taller than the Jupiter finger. So it will mean that the person will be good in creative things. You also see that happening because the mount of Apollo is kind of elevated. You can see a bit of yellowishness and a bit of protrudence. So the person will be creative. Though the person is ambitious, we talked about it, but the person will also be more creative. The person will not be bossy. The person will be more on following things. The person will not, family will be important for this person. I say that because uh, the the sun line also indicates towards family orientation. The mount of Apollo also indicates that family is somehow important, and this is confirmed by long Apollo finger. Apart from that, the person will also, in general, love his family, or it can also mean that the person will not be bossy, will be more of a follower, right? Now going ahead with the headline. Now you see the headline. We discussed that there was small islanding in before, but then the headline is not very long. So it is kind of a short headline, which will mean that the person will be more of a doer than a thinker. The person will be a deep thinker but will not overthink and will do a lot of tasks. You can see a small kind of cross coming in. Though people talk about mystic cross, they say that it should be this way, that way. There are a lot of definitions, but my general observation is whenever such a cross is there, the person will be attracted towards practices like palmistry or occult, and these people will also be good in occult, will be good in understanding mystical subjects. If the cross is present, always remember the person will have intuition gifts, or will be intuitive. Right. Now going ahead with the lifeline. Now look at the huge lifeline. The lifeline takes a nice steep curve, and the person will be very adventurous. Especially in the older years, the person will become even more adventurous and will start enjoying life even to a higher degree. You look at the fate line. The fate line starts from the amount of moon, and this means that other people advices are important for this person. This person might not be over competitive, but will like to work for others, will get influenced by others, will be more of a team worker, will be working in groups. He'll be more adaptable. Right, and the fate line makes its way. The fate line makes its way to the mount of Saturn, which is good, which means that in job the person will look for responsibility and money, and will also be successful because the line goes till the end of mount of Saturn. So with good enough pushing, the person can succeed in career, and any career which requires responsibility, the person is likely to do well. We also observe that there are influence lines present on the palm. You can see these influence lines. So someone influenced this person. There might be some support of this person. Someone is always supporting this person. It can be his mother, father, any relative. These are referred to as the sister lifelines. What I also observed is that these lines, the distances are increasing. So someone was close to the person, especially at the childhood, someone close relative, mother, father, etc. But later on, somehow the influence started kind of increasing. I mean, the gap increased. So the influence was kind of, reduced in the later years, and will continue to do so because the lines keeps drifting away and away. But lifeline has no other major drawbacks, no obstacles, so the life is likely to be on the smoother side. Even on the heart line and the headline, things look to be on the finer side. Right, so this is the general analysis of this palm. Right, hopefully you understood a lot of points. Also remember the hand is good, the Mount of Venus and other mounts are doing really well. The general personalities were told from this hand. The person will do well in life. The hand is squarish. Person is likely to be more practical, methodical, refined, will have a long life, will enjoy career, and is a friendly person. Right, thank you. I'm Shwetang into palmistry. Hopefully this video gave you more insights about the different lines found on our hand. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.